For me, it meant that our work has been appreciated. And for the bar, of course, it's a nice recognition, but the next day life goes on, you know. And it's important, I think it's more important to know what to do in case you win, rather than just being obsessed with the winning. Because you gotta use that as a trampoline to what's next. If you don't know that clear in your mind, don't bother to be in the charts. Well, more than knowing the Czech bar scene, I can tell you I've lived the Czech bar scene throughout a person, Alex Kratena. Together we worked together, and have for sure the best time of my working life was in London with him. In those years we learned, I feel like I learned for 20 years in those 5 years. And I also lived 4 lives in those 5 years, I can guarantee that. It is my first time in Alma. It's huge. I feel like I get lost every 2 minutes. But the very first things that I felt when I arrived was the approach from the team, you know. And not very often you click straight away the new space, which makes you feel at home, but also makes you feel at your bar. And that feeling is something that you cannot plan it, or it just happens. And the more it happens, the better it is. But so I'm sure that whatever is happening tonight, which is just we're an hour away from it, it will be something remarkable. Well, many people think it's another project, but it's actually still Sips. It's still within the same 4 walls. It's simply the space at the end of behind the front bar, let's say. And it's simply behind that because the structure of the bar only allows us to do something at the end of this corridor that separates the front part to the other. Fun enough, Essentia, Sips Essentia, was the very first idea we had in mind to do in 2018 when we were looking for sites together with Mark Alvarez. But then when COVID came, we said, well, obviously we have to slow down. We thought maybe this concept is a bit too much as a first project. So we have to think about coming up with a new idea, which was a drinkery house, the front part of Sips, which is the one that most people know by now. But almost 1 year ago, Essentia was finally ready, and it's been almost a year. And from next week, we will launch the new tasting menu. So Essentia is about a full experience, not just a la carte, having one drink. In fact, at Essentia, we don't do cocktails. We do sips. Well, it's a question that we all get asked in most of the interviews. I think that what you do now will be the future. So whatever you do now will be repercuted over the next few years. So I wouldn't bother much about what's the future. I'd rather pay attention to what we're doing now. All the bar show, they mention the future, the creativity, the innovation. These 3 words are becoming kind of the commodities for this type of trades, which is exciting, but ultimately what you do now will be your next 5 years. So especially for the younger generation, so just focus on what you're doing now and don't worry about what's gonna come next. Alex and I, when we were in London, we wanted to make things happen there, now, and that eventually became a repercussion or a consequence, and what it was then our future.